Fred Weaver here behind the camera just got done telling me I talked my mouth off yesterday, and I was just explaining to Fred.
Oh,
well, Fred,
funny, dude.
you saying that is like me saying, dude, it's like me saying to somebody else that they ate too much meat.
That's like telling Coach that he needs to get more excited or something, you know?
Right? No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Fred Weaver, Kevin Kauffman. You're watching ShortSalePowerHour.com. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier
short sale team. Hey, I brought Fred Weaver back here to the show today.
That was slightly awkward.
I'm gonna interview Mr. Weaver here as a guest of ShortSalePowerHour.com.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for joining the show today, Fred. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's hard carrying a show like I do and then having to talk the entire episode.
No problem. Understand
it. So today, Fred, we wanted to talk about how we advise our sellers who pose the question, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing a short sale. Should I or should I not make my mortgage payments?"
That's a good question.
If I miss my mortgage payments, I heard the bank will actually pay attention then. And so why don't we just share with our viewers out here, how do you handle that?
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on the show today.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome.
Second of all, please don't ever touch my toe again.
Okay.
Second of all, though, wow, really, only slightly awkward. Hey, second of all, here's the deal, guys. I think as real estate agents, we need to be real careful to not blatantly advise somebody to make or miss their mortgage payment.
No,
hear me. I didn't say
it's not our position to do that.
It's not our position to do that. So I think we need to be real careful to instruct them of that. Now, there's a couple things that you could actually do, Kevin. And one of the things you could do would be, if your homeowner has the question, should they or shouldn't they be behind, advise them to call their bank and see what the bank says.
That's a good
because
idea.
The majority of the time, the bank's response, because the bank is actually a person-specific person on the end of the line who thinks you have to be behind on your payments. The bank will typically tell you, we only do short sales for people that miss payments. That's the typical response.
Interesting that they'll say that.
Interesting response. So the bank actually, maybe they don't advise people to miss payments, but they tell them how to get a short sale done, which is to miss payments. So what I've been saying recently, Kevin, and I think it's very important for your viewers of the show here to always go talk to their broker about this. But what I've been advising my clients of, Kevin, and maybe you have been advising your clients as well,
I have,
is that in early 2008 and early 2009, I closed 25 or 30 short sales where somebody didn't miss their payments.
It's so weird. So did I.
And we didn't have a problem doing that. But what I've discovered more recently is some of your major investors, like Fannie Mae, for example, have been publicizing to their servicers that we will not review a short sale for somebody that's current.
Right.
Now, those guidelines are always changing, and we don't ever really know what they are, and
well, I mean,
it's open to interpretation. But I'm actually telling my homeowners now that, you know what, it's not my place to tell you to make or not make your payment.
Correct.
But I'm in a position now where the majority of banks have told other homeowners of mine and myself that homeowners need to be behind on their payment to do a short sale. So in order for me to list your home, you would have to be delinquent. Now, not you need to miss payments, but you would need to be delinquent if I was going to list your home based on what the bank has shared with me and you and other people.
Yeah, and
I want to be real careful to say there. I'm not advising.
That's a very fine line.
That's
not saying, hey, miss your payments. That's saying, hey, I understand if you don't miss your payments. I just can't.
Now,
I can't take your listing.
If anybody out there has a hard time with it, you would be the people that usually don't have a hard time when the bank says you need to raise the offer. You just run over there and do what the bank says.
Right.
So, you know what? I usually don't do what the bank says, but in this instance, the bank's playing almost into my favor of I know that a short sale can be done for somebody that hasn't missed payments. I know that.
Yeah, we've done it lots of times.
But I know that it's investor specific, it's situation specific, it's interpretation of the bank specific.
Let me give you an example that completely blows that up.
Okay.
We received a short sale approval letter earlier this week, okay?
Okay.
And on that short sale approval letter, now this was a seller before we instituted our new policy on our team who was still making their payments. And as a condition of the short sale approval, it actually said the seller needs to maintain making their monthly payments until the short sale closes. What? Did I just say that?
First time we've ever seen that.
I've never seen that.
500, 600 plus approvals.
Yeah.
From first and second.
Right, ridiculous.
Combined.
I mean,
probably 700, 800 because of closed transactions or canceled transactions.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, quite amazing.
A lot.
So here's the deal, guys. You empower yourself to decide what's best. But my best suggestion would be have your homeowner call the bank and see what the bank says.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we've been doing recently is just advising people that we're actually not going to take their listing unless we know they're behind on payments. I'll maybe make an exception if there's some sort of like job transfer or maybe even divorce or something like that. But it's going to have to be a real specific hardship, because I just know that if I get in there and the bank says I'm not going to work with you, then we've all invested and spent
a bunch of time
a lot of time. So you make an empowered decision for your business, but at least I hope we've shed a little light around the subject for you today.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I know you're the guest and everything, but I'm gonna let you wrap it up.
Oh, what do I do?
Just wing it. You're a pretty smart guy.
Wing it. Okay, you do this or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. On 3 then, right? Is that what you do?
Wait. What do you mean?
I don't know. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour.
Come on back to tomorrow for an unknown episode.